Hello everyone and welcome to the session today. I'll give you all a few minutes to get into Zoom and get all set up, and if you're able to, send us a message in the chat to say hello so we know that's working. But thanks for joining us live today. I'll just get started with the housekeeping. This session is being recorded, I believe. Let me double check this. Yes, it is. So we'll send that out afterwards, as well as any links and resources, offers that we share today. We'll send that out afterwards, as always. So hi, Julie. Thanks a lot for coming along. Good to see you here. And I'd just like to do a special little welcome to our new clients that are joining us today for the first time. I'll talk you through what we do in these sessions in just a minute. So feel free to use that Zoom chat panel if you have any questions at all as we go along. We'll stop and answer them if they're relevant. Otherwise, as always, we'll have time for a Q&A at the end. So we'll stick around for that. All right, so we'll just get into the agenda on the next slide. I'll talk you through the Matt's just said hello from Wanaka, and Mark's asking if you're from Wakanda, from Black Panther. So I'll just run you through the agenda. Like I said, for those who aren't familiar, Matt and I run regular insight sessions exclusively for our Bizink clients. So in these sessions, we often share our newest announcements. And today, those announcements are mostly about new design options and some new resources we've launched as well. Matt's also going to be sharing a bit about our product roadmap, which is what we're working on next and where that's all up to. And we've also got a marketing tips section today, which I think you will all find really valuable. And I'm also going to be sharing a success story from one of our clients too, which in future months that might be you featured as well. So stay tuned for that. And as I said, we'll also stick around for a Q&A too. So let's get into it. I'll leave this one with you, Matt, the instant images.
No, just unmuting myself. Hi everyone, good to...
Oh, I can't hear you, Matt. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Yep.
Sorry. I probably want me to go back on mute. Yeah, hi everyone. Good to have you here today. So instant images, we had a plugin on the websites for Pixabay, which is a free archive of images, which I know a lot of you used. We upgraded that to instant images, which integrates with those archives you can see on screen, as well as Pixabay Unsplash, which is a really good one. High quality, free, royalty-free images. Pexels and Openverse, I've never used those to be fair, but like there's some other options as well. Anyway, what happened was we pay for a pretty expensive malware security protection service for the website, which is obviously good for you guys. And it just flagged this plugin as a potential risk, right? I mean, that doesn't mean anything happened, and we actually know nothing did happen, but they just picked something up in the code, and yeah, and we had to make a call because we know this is an important plugin, but not an essential one, right? It's not going to break anyone's website. There's a workaround, which was to just go straight to the different websites. So we made the call to just remove it from your website, completely remove that risk. And luckily, the developer of the plugin patched that problem. We got it reviewed by our security service. They're happy with it, so we're able to put that back on. So probably some of you don't even know what I'm talking about. You didn't even miss it. But basically, we just wanted to run that through. That's back on there. So if you're looking to add images to your posts, to your pages, that's in there. So you'll see a little button, instant images. We took it off, I think it was down for about a week, and we put it back on. So yeah, that's just a quick announcement because we know that's a pretty popular one, but obviously the security of the websites comes before pretty much everything.
I'll just send an article in the chat as well if anyone's wondering how to use that feature. We've got a knowledge base article there, but most of you are probably well versed in it by now. Cool. So I've been chatting with a few of you in the last month and a bit about some of you are looking to update your website, particularly some of our longer term clients who've been here a while. It might be time to refresh your website as well. So if this is on your mind from a design point of view, if you just want to give it a new look, we have a few options for you that I wanted to call out. So we've actually launched a brand new theme or website design, and we've got a little screenshot of it on screen here. We've called it Wave because you might be able to see in the little mobile view there, it's got a little wave like graphical element that goes through it. And it's got a few other elements on particularly the homepage that I quite like, such as a lead magnet section and testimonial section inbuilt there on the homepage. So it's quite a nice modern design. I really like it. So that's one of the options in the design gallery as well. So feel free to look through our design gallery. I'll send you a link to that in the chat in a second as well. So what we offer there is a free website refresh at any time, and that's because we want you to still be happy with the website and the look of it in a few years time after building it. So if that's time for you, feel free to check out the design gallery link I'll send you, and then it's probably best just to email me. I'll put my email in as well in a second, and we can set up a chat to figure out exactly what you are looking for on the new site. So yeah, we have a free option. If you also need a content refresh at the same time, we'll discuss that and talk through those options, but this is mainly about how the design, the look of the site is. But we also do have a custom design option too. If you're looking for something a bit different, a bit more customized, Matt will take you through that in a second, but we've got options for every stage as well. So I'll just send these links and then Matt can talk you through the custom design.
Yeah, cool. So I think the first thing I'd say about custom is it's not like one's better or worse, right? Like, so I often get asked that question. Custom design costs more, right? It takes a little bit more time. So it's not necessarily going to make you more money. In fact, it probably isn't. And yeah, it's not better, right? The thing that makes you money on your website is the content, and is actually, it's not the website per se, it's doing marketing around it, driving people to it. So the reason I think to get a custom design is if you really want to do something strong with your brand, and like that can fit into one of our design layouts that we've got, but sometimes it might just be that the brand guidelines that you've got, they just suit that more kind of like end-to-end custom approach. So I think if you're on the fence about it or you're not quite sure, then yeah, just book some time to chat with Antti or I, and we can run through what that might look like. If you've already got an existing site with us, you're basically only paying for that custom element on top. So it's kind of like, you've already absorbed most of the kind of setup cost of the website. And yeah, so full custom design, it will just be, it's kind of like a reskin for your existing site. There's like hybrid options as well, which some clients have used, where they might take one of the layouts and go, we like that, but actually we'd like to add in these bits here. So yeah, I always try to say that first, is that it's not like one is better than the other. They're for different use cases. But if you wanted to do something kind of particularly visually striking with your brand, then a custom design could be a way to go. And we're happy to speak with you about that.
I've just sent some links in the chat as well. We have a knowledge base article there as well, which will give you a bit of an overview on and some pricing on the custom design options or the free website refresh.
Cool.
This is another one of our exciting announcements. I'm really happy that we've got some updates on our key dates, which is one of our newest resources we've just launched. For those of you who don't know, it's I'll send a link in the chat again. It's by financial year and by region. We do upcoming relevant dates. So some of them are compliance based. I've just put a screenshot of. I think this will be the Australian one. Maybe it's New Zealand. The Australian key dates for April coming up. And so you can see it's got a mixture of, obviously there's Easter, like holidays, important dates like that, but also some compliance like deadlines and important dates like that as well. So you can get that added to your site as a useful resource for your clients, and might save you some time with answering some questions over and over again. So we're making this available to all of you, no matter which package you're on, for no additional cost as well. So if you'd like those key dates added to your site, they're ready now to be added. And like I said, they go by financial year. So for New Zealand and the UK, that's about to switch over to a new financial year. That one will update, yeah, at April 1st. It'll switch over to the new financial year automatically. So we've got that ready to go. So if you'd like this added to your site, could you please email support@bizinkonline.com with the words key dates, and we'll get the message to upload those for you. This is one of a few new releases that we have coming up as part of our, I guess, content delivery system called BizPress, which Matt will speak more about in a second as well. So there'll be lots of new resources we add for you as part of this same sort of system. So this is the first in that regard. So if you'd like them added, they're available for those 5 regions listed on screen: Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the UK, and the US for the moment. So I'll put that those instructions in the chat. Julie's got a question about where the key dates will display on the site. So you can set up a page. We'll do this for you for the moment. You can call it what you like. Probably worthwhile calling it key dates though. And then we add a little bit of code to that. It'll pull through the relevant content. You can then add that to, just like any other page, you can then add that to a menu wherever you like, probably under a resources tab that most of you would have already. Do you have anything to add there, Matt? Or?
No, I think that mostly covers it. The only other thing I was going to say was I was talking to someone and they were like, does this I don't want this to replace the customized messages that I send to clients. So it would be like, a sales tax in New Zealand is called GST. So, like every 2 months, I get a message from our accountant, you need to pay blah, 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 GST, whatever it is on this date, So I don't think it replaces that, that's like the one-to-one contact. This to me is that kind of information you'd expect to find on an accounting and bookkeeping website, so clients might, they just want to check that stuff out. It's good information to send in newsletters and things like that. So I think it's complementary to the individual stuff that you do with clients.
Yeah, perfect. I guess the idea is that, you can then pull this into, you could send this link out to clients. It could be at the start of a new financial year or the start of that month or something like that, or when they have a question. But that can also be pulled into things like your email marketing system if you're on a package with us that uses that, and that'd be a good way to notify your clients as well.
Cool.
So we'll move on to our roadmap now, which kind of links in with what we're just talking about with BizPress. So over to you, Matt.
Yeah, cool. You've got an anonymous fan who says everyone needs Anthea at the helm. I don't know who that was.
I'd love to know who that was. Thank you.
You need to out yourself to whoever that was.
That was just me, my secret
Yeah, it was your mum.
persona. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So in terms of kind of product announcements, so BizPress, Anthony was talking about it there. What BizPress is, it's basically a plugin that powers different types of content on your website. So key dates is the first one you're going to see, and we're going to be rolling out new modules over the next few weeks and months. So what's coming is you've got new QuickBooks and MYOB resources. We've already released the 0 ones. So if you're interested in any of these, you can message support@bizinkonline.com and we can let you know. But we'll be announcing this stuff in these webinars, by email, and also in the client Facebook group. Maybe we post a link to the Facebook group, Hey Anthea, and people can join that. It's a good place to get timely reminders. We'll also have accounting and business glossaries. So basically A to Z of terms that people ask. The example I always use when I was a young man a long time ago, my accountant was talking to me about amortization, and because I was a young man, I was not that confident, and I was like, I just pretend I know what that is, but it made me feel really stupid. And I thought, when I looked that up, I think that's really good information to have on your site, right? All these terms, kind of jargon, right, that we can all slip into in our industries. So I'll have those glossaries coming out for you. We've got some new business resources and some payroll resources, which I'm going to show you soon. So the way this is going to work, BizPress is already installed on your website. And what we'll do is we'll announce these new pieces of content, and you can choose whether to put them on your site or not. So you basically go in, drop a piece of code onto a page. That sounds more complicated than it is. Like it's literally copy a tiny bit of code, drop it onto a page, call that page what you want, and then your site is has that content on it. So it's completely up to you whether you want some or none of that content on your site, and it doesn't require us to go in and log in and do all of that for you. So keep an eye on the emails we send, on the Facebook group, and also in these webinars we'll be announcing that. But in your site you will see BizPress in there, and in the new stuff will kind of be rolled out over the next few weeks. So payroll, this has kind of developed, oh, sorry, go back to there. This has developed quite quickly. We've got a handful of payroll clients. So what I mean by payroll clients? Firms who just do payroll, right? So I'm going to show you, get rid of that Slack. This is one of our clients in the States, Cirrus Payroll. So this is a really successful boutique payroll firm, and it's always been a kind of like a niche which we've had a few clients in, but we've never done much more with. And we've decided to up our game on that front and build out a bit of an offering for either payroll firms or accounting or bookkeeping firms that have a payroll division. And what that kind of means is, like, a lot of it will be very similar to an accounting and bookkeeping firm. A lot of the principles of marketing are very similar, and there's kind of a lot of overlap. But there's some differences as well. So what we've built out is a whole content library of stuff that's just relevant to like a payroll business. So you've got some content here which is pretty much finished off, and so why I'm telling you this is, some of you listening might have another payroll business, and we can help with that, whether that's on a website side or on the marketing side. The other side of it might be that, yeah, you're a bookkeeper, you're an accountant, and you run payroll for clients, and that's a service which you might want to do more with. Tyler, who is the president, there you go, founder and president of this firm, he's a CPA and decided to do payroll because it's more commoditized, easier to market, easier to scale. I think they've got about 800 clients. So I think it's a really good service if you're an accountant or bookkeeper to have in the mix. I know loads you will do that. It's a really good go-to-market service, because like who doesn't want that looked after for them? As a business owner, it's something you just want done right. I remember working in a medium-sized company and they messed up the payroll, and it was not a good day as a manager, because nothing to do with me, and I had all my team screaming at me like my mortgage comes out today, and it really caused problems. So yeah, you would all know that's got to be done right. So I think it's a really good service to go out to, yeah. So I'll answer your question, Mark, about Gusto in just a second, but we've got that content that's coming out. So if you're interested in learning more about that, I'm just going to run a quick poll, and then we can get in touch with you about what we've actually got. So let me know if you want to find out more about that. It's not regionalized to any particular country. But we'll be doing a lot more in that space in the next little while. Give you a few seconds to answer that. So we'll reach out about that. So Mark, your question was like, would this be exclusive? It's like partnering with someone like Gusto. So they offer outsourced payroll in the US and maybe Canada as well. Definitely not exclusive, right? And like, in all transparency, like, I'd like to talk to Gusto about what we can do there. We partner with a lot of vendors anyway, but this will be just like we do business resources. They're not they're kind of agnostic to whatever solution you use. It'll be very, very similar to that, but we will definitely be able to weave in stuff like a Gusto partner page. I think we might even have that, right, Anthea, already?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So yeah, basically white label, private label content. That's how it would work. And what we'll also be looking to do is to help you market payroll services. So for example, I'm going to end my poll and we'll be in touch with you in terms of that. What I did with Tyler was I recorded his thoughts on how he grew his firm. So in 2021, he added 251 payroll clients, which was quite a lot. And I think that is what he gave me here was, so that they're like short videos, 3 minutes each. I used ChatGPT to pull out the action points, which was quite handy. And you've got these 9 steps that that he used. They're really good, and I'll be happy to share that with everybody. So I'll just launch another quick poll if you're interested in seeing that content, because I think that it isn't just interesting if you are running a payroll firm. You can apply most of the lessons of this to an accounting or bookkeeping firm, which is probably what most of you have. Like, some of them don't quite work, but things like Google reviews, so transferable. And the strategy that Tyler used, I would advise stealing that. And Anthony is going to show you a little bit later how powerful that can be in the context of an accounting bookkeeping firm. So I'm happy to share this with you. Like, this is it's going to go into like an email sequence and all of that. But as you're a client, happy to we just send through this Google Doc. So it'll be a bit rough and ready, but they're just YouTube videos of, well, I say it's me and Tyler talking. It's mostly Tyler, so way more valuable than me chipping in. So yeah, we will be announcing more about that as we go. But for those of you interested in finding out, we'll send those resources to you. Cool.
So I've just got on screen here a quick little look at some of our newest content. So we're still continuing with our weekly digest. The most recent one's going out today. That can be sent out as a blog, also currently in the COVID resources section. For those on our Plus website package, that can also be sent as a weekly newsletter as well. So if you're not currently doing that or using that, feel free to email support@bizinkonline.com and we can help you figure out what package you're on or what more you can do with that sort of timely content, anything with a date on it that's regional news for your area. In terms of the blog content, we've released quite a few this month so far. We've released a regional one for those in our UK clients. Obviously that's very topical as well. We released one around sort of International Women's Day. Doesn't mention it by day, but that one that says financially savvy women. So obviously that's still relevant as well now. And we've got quite a lot there on, I'd sort of call it like personal finance related topics. So probably relevant to all of our clients here today, but maybe particularly useful for our financial advisors, financial planners too. So If you want to publish those or go make changes to them and then publish them, go into the back end of your site in the post section. You'll find them there in draft. You can then make your changes and publish them, and they can go through to your social media and then onto your newsletter as well. So if you have any questions about any of that, like I said, just email support@bizinkonline.com and we can help you get that set up. I'll get in touch with you, David, about what's going on with yours. So thanks for letting me know. If anyone doesn't see any of these blogs in the back end of their site, just let me know. We can see where you're up to. Again, it might be which package you're on, or it might be, yeah, we can just have a look for you and see where that's up to. If you have any particular requests for content, we do also have a custom content option. So it might be that you have a niche topic that you'd like us to write about. We could write that custom for you, or just something topical that you feel, would be worthwhile us writing and releasing into our general library. Just let us know and we can send it to our writers to review as well. Cool. So we're up to our marketing tips section as well. One of the most powerful tools I think that you can use in your marketing is something that every single one of you has access to, and it's really low effort, is your clients' words. If you want to have a really strong appeal to a certain group of people, I'd recommend that you use the words of people that are similar to them, and they'll be able to relate. We tend to be too close to the work we do, right? And you'll likely tend to add some jargon that maybe some of your clients just don't understand. We have the exact same problem, ourselves at Bizink, using things like, funnels, lead magnets, outbound marketing, that sort of jargon, right? That, it's hard to communicate. So the best thing is to use words from your clients. It can be a really useful exercise to interview a few of your clients and just find out what language they use to talk about, certain aspects of their business or their finances, and see what resonates with them and what doesn't, what confuses them and what doesn't, what parts of your service are, maybe most valuable to them too. So this will help your writers immensely as well, if you have a marketing team. But another really great benefit is that you can use exact words of your clients to speak to your ideal future clients that you're hoping to get, and use that as a marketing asset as well. So there's a few different ways I want to talk through that as to how you can use this in practice. Most of you will probably have testimonials or have heard of them. So they're usually short snippets, just of text from a client saying how they enjoy working with you typically. Some of you will have these on Google as reviews. Some of you will have them on Facebook reviews. Some of them might just be text testimonials on your website, like I mentioned. So the social proof like this is really important, and like I was saying, some of the most powerful marketing you can do. It'll just back up that you are as good as you say you are, like on your services page and stuff like that, and it really helps people come to trust you too. And another thing is case studies, which is along a similar vein, but usually they're longer, and they usually tell a story of how you helped that client in particular. One of my favorite things about this sort of social proof is that nobody else can tell that story. That's totally unique to you. If you're struggling with writing or how to position yourself, it could be a really useful exercise to chat to your clients, or get someone to chat to your clients to get those real stories out. So I'll send a few examples in a second. The ideal world for sort of testimonials, if at the very least you should add like their logo to it, maybe link off to their website. The Accounting Hub has some great examples on where they've actually added images. They've probably got a professional photographer to go to the, I think they're specialized in like medical practices, to go to the doctor's office and take photos of the team and stuff like that, and then use them on their website. So again, it just adds that realness to it, I guess, and puts a face to the name too, and just helps on the design side too. You can also get video testimonials as well. So what you're aiming for is, I'll send a link to Strategic BA website we manage in the chat. That's what I've got a screenshot of on screen here as well. So if you can get them to sit down in front of a camera and do a quick little interview or spiel about what it's been like working together, the one on screen is obviously one end of the scale. It's ideal world, what you're aiming for. But, even like Matt's just done with Tyler Wynn over Zoom, we're on different sides of the world there. So there's a lot you can do over Zoom to, to get a good enough video as well. With the one on screen here, they've even used a quote from the client in the actual heading text on the website. Jonathan said those words, you can rely on Ken to scale you to 101 million, which, like I said, that's the ideal world. That's what you're aiming for. It's a really awesome testimonial. You should all go watch it. And then that's just about using that then in your marketing, making sure that comes to the fore on your website homepage and in the text, because not everyone's going to click play on that video either. Then there's also Google reviews, which can help with local SEO, but it can also be brought into your website in various ways. And we've also got things like case studies, which I said are longer form stories. So if you need a hand with that, we offer a case study service too, which I'll send you a link to. Just on the Google reviews though, we've got our success story for the month is Shirley from IPR Accounting. So congrats, Shirley. What we did here, Shirley gets us to help with our website and with our marketing. So Adrian, who heads up our SEO, used the template on screen on the right hand side, that email there, to send that to her clients, asking for some feedback. It includes a link to their Google listing, so it makes it as easy as possible. It includes an example of sort of what they're looking for as well, and even the 5 stars there at the top too. So this actually got 6 new 5-star reviews. So Shirley now has 8 5-star reviews in total, as you can see there. So absolutely awesome result, and obviously that's credit to Shirley for providing that level of service and relationship with her clients too. So if any of you would like to use this same template, it's just one from our gallery, so feel free to use it. You can then customize it as well if you'd like to change around different things. I'll send you a link to the template, which you can then pull into your email marketing system and do that all yourself. Or if you need a hand, just reach out to us and let us know. If you do also already have Google reviews and you'd like to add them to your website, we have a new feature where we can do that for you as well. So I'll send you a form where you can just request that we add that for you. You just need to tell us like your Google Business Profile ID. So then we can sort that out for you. But that's March success story. We're going to be continuing this segment in future sessions as well. So if you're doing anything cool or different you'd like to be featured, just email me and I'll get you in the queue. Did you have anything to add about Google reviews at all, Matt?
Get more of them. I think most firms do not do much in this regard. Some firms excel. The thing we're going to send through from Tyler, maybe I'll just grab the link and send the video now, because it's so good, and I think that's the best bit of this whole thing. I'm just going to drop this into the chat here. You should all watch that video, and it's kind of eye-opening, right? Like and they've got, I think, 200 5-star reviews, and it's just so powerful, right? Like it will help you with your local SEO. And for most accounting and bookkeeping firms, in terms of search engines, it is local SEO that's the opportunity, So by that I mean the map with your little listing there. The more reviews there, the better, right? Like and I always think of when I moved to the town I live in, I was looking for a plumber, right? And so I Googled plumbers, Wanaka, where I live. There's only one who's got a 5-star review. Who'd you pick? So I'm not, okay, I don't think people are comparison shopping necessarily for accountants and bookkeepers, but if you care about search engines, I just think it's just such a great thing to do. Plus, it's you can use these, like Antia said, in your website. Like social proof is so powerful. It just really reinforces things that it's kind of hard to differentiate sometimes on certain things like accounting and bookkeeping. There's only, people don't want them done differently, they just want it done well. But this is the stuff that can really make you stand out. So I think it's really, really powerful.
Yeah, that's what I love about particularly the case studies is, like I said, nobody else can tell that story. It's totally unique to you in terms of, like our writers writing your accounting or bookkeeping page or you guys doing it, there's only so much you can sort of do there, like Matt's saying, with a similar sort of service. But the real stories about how you worked with, this business in particular, nobody else can tell that story. So if you need a hand with that, I've put a link to our case study service as well if you're interested.
I think the other point I'd make, Anthony, and I think, I put this on LinkedIn the other day, was that, what your clients say in professional services is better than what a copywriter can come up with. So if you get a really good review, and obviously the more you get, the more chance you've got of getting a really good one. Like that, if you can encapsulate, like you can write your value proposition on your website, and don't get me wrong, that's a good thing to do. But everyone's going to say good things about themselves. But if you can get that from a client in real language, people just believe that way more. So like what people write in that header, that hero section on their website, I think if you can get what a client says in there, it's the most powerful thing you can do. And if you marry that up with a picture of that client, that human element, I just think that's one of the most powerful things that you can do on a website. So yeah, and I think that having this as part of your marketing or client communications workflow, this template that, we can give you a template like that, you've just got to do that. But if you watch that video that Tyler said, he sends 3 emails and he talks about the exact way he does it, when he sends them, and it's a 3rd email that converts people. So, you might think just sending that 1 email, I mean, obviously for Shirley that worked and she got 6. Tyler reckoned, like maybe because he was doing such a lot, but it was the 3rd email that converted people. So that's just an interesting one to take a look at. Cool.
Did you want to talk, Matt, about our workshop next week?
Yeah. 2/3 of accounting firms don't have a plan, so that probably is likely that that is repeated in who we're listening to today. I've asked, we've run that data with some big surveys. I've asked it lots of times. It always comes out about the same. If you don't have a plan, if you don't have a strategy, what you're basically going to do is random acts of marketing. So you might do the odd blog post, you might do the odd event, you might do the odd social post, but there's no coherence to that. And what makes marketing, just like a business, just like anything else, finance, is that consistent approach based on a plan. So what we're doing next week is running a marketing workshop. Anthony and I have run this before. I think it's a really good workshop. We always get really good engagement with it, where we'll help you craft a really good marketing plan. And so we will cover strategy, we'll cover execution, and we'll cover metrics as well. So like what are the key things you should be aiming at? So it's a pretty 360 view of marketing. It's a 2-hour workshop. The price is $99, but we'll give you 30% off as a client. So we dropped the link in the chat. There's a coupon there that you can use, and you get a bunch of extra stuff as part of the workshop, and you can send us your plan and we'll review that for you, and we'll give you a Loom what do you call it?
Review?
A review. We'll look at. Sorry, my brain's not working. Yeah, so you don't have to commit. We're not going to try and do some meeting with you afterwards. I know you're busy, but what we'll do is take a look at your plan, and we'll suggest that to you in a Loom video, and we're happy to help you keep working on that afterwards. So I think it's going to be a really awesome session, and you'll get a lot from it. So yeah, you can see the link there, and that 30% coupon as well will get you that discount.
Awesome. Hope to see you there. Remember the coupon and email support if you get stuck with anything there. Which probably lines up with our final slide. Just a reminder, there's a few different ways you can get help if you're stuck with your Bizink site or got a question. We've got the knowledge base for sort of step-by-step type instructions, like the instant images, like how to use that, those sorts of things. There's also live chat in the back end of your website or on our website as well. It's probably just best if you could leave us your contact details, like definitely email address, your business name and URL can help us just solve that problem a bit quicker and get back to you if we're not on there live or if you have to duck off. And as always, if you email support@bizinkonline.com, that will raise a ticket. I can see a few of you have done that already for key dates, so we'll get on to that this week and next. We'll add those key dates to your site, and obviously if you have any sort of issue with your site, that's the best place to go. So thanks very much. If anyone has any questions, feel free to use the Q&A or the chat panel now. Matt and I will stick around for an extra minute or two. If there's anything about any of the topics we've discussed today or just anything about your Bizink site, feel free to shout out now. Otherwise, I'll type the support email into the chat. So if anything comes up later, that's the best place to reach us, and we can then triage it to the best person.
40 minutes
Otherwise,
of marketing content, no mention of ChatGPT.
yeah.
World record in 2023.
Yes, I saw. Oh, actually, yeah, you commented on it, didn't you, yesterday on LinkedIn? Someone who wants to filter out ChatGPT from their LinkedIn feed.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it is pretty cool. Would anybody be interested in seeing how we're using ChatGPT maybe in the next session to do marketing content? Because it's probably not the way you think. We're not actually using it particularly to write content. So I'll be happy to share some of the ways we do it. If people are interested, just type yes or no into the chat. Here we go.
Couple of yeses coming in. Awesome.
Yeah.
Looks like we'll be covering that next time then.
Yeah, cool. I think it's, it's one of the most, I've been around for sort of like the dawn of the internet, my business career kind of aligns with the start of the internet. I've seen that, apps, all different kinds of things, social media. To me, this is, it's overhyped. Yeah, it's underhyped as well. Like I think there's all kinds of overblown stuff you're seeing on LinkedIn, but the kind of, I feel like as a marketing and content company, we're starting to really clearly see the best ways to use it. And it's probably not what you think. I think there's a lot of people producing very average to below average content, but they're doing it really fast. And, that's, so the speed is the thing. But what I want to be able to show you is how you can, produce really good content fast as well. But yeah, and so we're kind of finding we're finding our groove with how that's done. ChatGPT 4 has definitely been a big advance on ChatGPT 3.5 and 3. So it's a really rapidly evolving space, and I'll be happy to share some of the ways that we're using it to do stuff. No one said no.
I guess that answers it then.
Cool.
All right. Well, I don't see any other questions. Like I said, email us anytime if there's anything further that comes up. Otherwise, big thank you to everyone for coming along live. We'll be sending out a recording and the resources we mentioned. So if there's anything else that comes up, you can refer to that and get in touch that way. But thanks again for your time. It's good to have you, and see you next month.
Thanks.
See ya.